Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's Futures Education and Training broadcasts. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading, which is owned by, managed by, ran by, incorporated into a legal corporation by Coach, a.k.a. Chad Christian. And my name is Mark McSeague, one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading, with just an impromptu get-together session today while the markets are closed. Taking your questions, maybe do a little bit of training, maybe do a little bit of charting, any questions you may have about American Dream Trading, let us know. You can type them into your social media chat boxes there. If you'd all be so kind, since this is a weekend and it's not really a normally scheduled broadcast, if you could share these out and let others know that we are indeed live. How's my audio there, folks? I am not running a Zoom today. I'm just running through the social medias. Is the volume okay on TikTok? How about YouTube's and the others? How's it looking? Let me know in the comments if you'd be so kind. No. Anyhow, sounds good over on YouTube. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, 475. Thank you. What about TikTok? How am I sounding over there on TikTok? All right. Thank you, Eric, over there also. XBaldR. Thank you all for being here. If you do have any questions, feel free to type them into your social media chat box. If you do look on my screen, obviously you can see we have some because you tuned in today, we'll knock 10% off any membership that you want, just for being here today. You can see it up there. You can go to our website, American Dream Trading, and check them all out. We're having the throwback sales back to the original pricing on our first product we ever produced, which was the premium. We're going back to $500 per year. Lock that in, pay $500, and we will allow you to keep renewing that at its present $500 membership. If you want to pay monthly, it's $125. Now, we'll also let you, if you want to throw in another $250, we'll give you 2 years for $750. But a substantial saving. Anyhow, you'll see them posted here behind me, above my head. It's up to you. I can't make you go over there and look at it. Take a look at it. If you got questions, specifically anything about anything, we'll answer it. Markets aren't open. It's not like we can trade real time, so we can talk about whatever. Bobby over there on the YouTubes, what EMA is the blue line? Well, I'll tell you what the blue line is. That is the 200 MA. The yellow line down here is VWAP, volume weighted average price. The white line is the 9 EMA. The little blue line here is the 21, and the orange line is the 55. What are those? What's an EMA, right? Well, put it as simple as possible. It's a trend line, okay? So what it's doing is doing the math for you in real time. The VWAP, volume weighted average price, not only does it take the price, but it also does a mathematic calculation with the volume. So it puts them all together, puts them in a bag, shakes it up, divides by however they do their mass, and it draws this trend line. Of course, it's not moving now because the markets aren't open. They'll open here in about 2 hours, actually. Also, over here, we got the 200 MA. Now, what does that mean? That takes the last 200 candles, okay? And it does the average. So if you're on a 2-minute chart, that would equal 400 minutes. If I was on a 1-minute chart, it'd be 200, right? If I was on an hour, it'd be the last 200 hours. And it draws a trend line depending on what chart you have up. And the same thing applies with the 9. The 9's that white line, okay? It's a shorter term, very short term. Some people may even use a 5 or a 3. The happy medium here we found with Coach's indicators is the 9, and that's I like it. It's not overly reactive right now. I guess you can argue if you're trading millions of dollars, would you want a more reactive line? Yeah, whatever. To each his own. I would probably still stay with the 9, right? If I was on trading buku bunches of money, I would go on a shorter chart, maybe 30-second or something. But, actually being on the 1 minute or 2 minute chart is actually more beneficial. You're not freaking out when you see these candles jumping all over tarnation, right? Going red to green, green to red, all that just, makes you nervous. So the higher time frames take a lot of that, smooths that out. But yet it's still reactionary enough that you can see what's going on. So I do like the 9. That's what we use here at American Dream Trading. Then, of course, you have the 21. That's 21 candles. And then the 55 is 55 candles at whatever time frame you're on. So 21, that would be obviously 42 minutes. Right? That's how that works. Hey, Christina, good to see you over there. Anyway, you can see what's going on my screen above my head there. Check that out while you're at it. It's kind of just a laid-back session here. See what you want to do. You got questions. The market's not open. Nobody's under any pressure about missing trades or any of that kind of stuff. So anything you got to ask, now's the time to do it in a real relaxed, not, worried about making money per se. You know what I mean? So anyhow, while you're here, if you're just sitting here staring, how about smashing them heart buttons and clicking them shares? Because this is not a normal feed, right? We don't normally feed on Saturdays. Now, this weekend, you might find a bunch of us popping in and out just for something to do, just to say hi, do some informal chatting, getting around, right? Hell, Coach might even pop on. You never know, right? So, anywho, look for random pop-ups this weekend, right? Never know what you're going to find. So, come over here, just start smashing them like buttons. Click the shares. The shares would help more because it's not a normally scheduled thing. All right, what other questions do we have? What do we want to talk about here today? Anything in your heart's desires about day trading, charting, whatever. Trading strategies, those type of things. Hey, Dana Nuggle, good to see you. Johnny B. Mazing's back. Good to see you. J-Dog. Hey, J-Dog, and Bobby's over there in the YouTubes, and Balar, and 47 side Michelangelo and Andrew. Good to see you all. Israel. And who else we got over here? Then we got, Tolunky. What about Apple there? Tolenki. We'll just call you Tol. How about that? How about, what do you want to know about Apple? We'll take a look at Apple. I got it right here. Somebody asked about it the other day. What do you want to know, huh? We can take a look at that. Do you want to know how to chart? Do you want to know what to look for? Whatever. What is it you want to know about Apple? Just typing in Apple. I don't know if that means you want to take a bite of your apple, the fruit, or you want to discuss Apple, the stock. Well, if you do, you're going to be a little bit more specific. Yeah, concern. This is just a random pop-up. I don't know how long I'll be here. I don't have any dedicated time. I told the wife, I'll come down here and see what's happening on the weekend on a Saturday. Just pop in. What is today? Is Saturday, right? No, today's Sunday. What is today? Man, I don't even know what day it is. It's Sunday. Sunday. Here, I'm thinking it's Saturday. Oh, well. Anyway, just got through watching Ferrari versus Ford, or Ford versus Ferrari. I don't know which way. Matt Damon. A pretty good movie. But I'll come down here, kick back here for a few minutes. Hey, Masat, good to see you also back again. What jam you like best? On what? I don't know. Anyway, Toliki just come in to say the word Apple and hasn't been more specific about that. So, well, we can go look at, let's go chart something. Which one of my charts need updated? Maybe that's what we'll do. Well, they all need updated. I did do a couple. I did update my oil chart. You can see I got there. Let's see, what is this? It's on a 2 minute. Let me put it on, or 1 minute. Let's put it on a 2 minute. You can see I put 4 hour lines. I put 2 minute lines. I even broke down dollars, 61, 62, just for my own thing. Because it tends to, when it gets to nice, round, whole numbers, you always usually will find resistance. And oil prices have been depressed anyway, below 60. So they're really trying to push it. But with everything going on, you can see I have lines for a week, lines for a month, 4 hour. That's it. I think that's what I broke it down. I usually just pay attention to 4 hour and 2 minutes more than anything. But I decided, well, the other day I was down here doing something else. I'm like, well, let's update this oil chart. I haven't touched it. Had so many lines on it. There was a line every 10. It was crazy. I'm like, let's delete this, start all over fresh. So I did that with TradingView over here on the side. You can set up, what do they call this thing? Object tree. That's it. If you take the time to do it the first time, you can create folders that you can lock. That way, whenever, your higher end, those are the important ones that hold the most weight, right? So I've saved those. Now they're locked, right? So I have all these ones here. See these main ones for the month lines? I did a bunch of those where different levels finished for the month. Yeah, I probably won't delete those, right? Those are monthly lines. Weekly, same way, 4 hour even. 2 minute, yeah, could delete some of them. Not all of them. Definitely not saving 1 minutes. I tend to draw lines on it when I'm in a trade. So if you learn to use this object tree over here, so when you draw a line, right, you start drawing both of them, and you can put whatever you want on it, and then it'll put, here, just let me do one real quick and show you what it does when you open the object tree. So there's a line there. See how it says horizontal line? So let's just say you do a bunch. I can put text on here, right? Do all these things and give it a designation. And then I come over here, and then I can create a folder, right? A group. And then I can name it. Let's just say this was a 4 hour line, right? So I can write 4 hour, and then all my 4 hours go in this one folder, and I can lock it, and they won't accidentally ever get deleted, right? Because those are important lines, right? So every once in a while, it's nice to go in and clean your chart out. Well, with the higher time frames, there's really no reason to erase the month and a week or years or even 4 hours. But anything under that, no reason to keep them, right? We don't care what it did on a 1 minute after today, pretty much, right? Because I'll draw lines just to kind of give me an idea where, because as you scroll, you lose sight of everything to your left, right? All right, chicken nugget. There we go. Hey, good afternoon, chicken nugget. Just pop it in for a random done here. It says, do SPY, please. Well, there you go. I don't have that. I can pretty much assure you I don't have very, if any, lines, because I don't trade. I haven't traded options forever. So we can do that. Just a stock's a stock, right? I mean, it's an ETF, but all right. So what I would do is, number one, let's go out if we're going to chart. Okay. And I'm going to use the object tree. That way I'm not losing my work. Now, what I'm going to do, literally going to come over here, because it really doesn't matter. I don't trade SPY. Now, it's not that it's not invaluable. So I'm going to get rid of that. Remove all the lot. Now, all my lines are gone now. All right. So now they're gone. So just with that quick delete. Now, there might have been stuff there I wanted to keep, but, I deleted it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go out here. By the way, you see the flashy things above my head? Just by showing up today, we're going to give you 10% off any new membership. That's off your first payment, by the way. So if you pay annually, you get 10% off the total annual. So, if you bought the diamond today, that's $5,000. You're going to get $500 off of that. Bang, bang. Just because you come out here and hung out with this old buzzard, right? So you can get the diamond lifetime, one-time payment for the $500. So make sure you go check it out. If you haven't been to our website, you need to go over there and look at that. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing. So anyway, all right, let's do a SPY chart real quick. Now, I'm not no SPY master or anything like that, but what we're going to do is we're going to chart this out. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, SPY's just been climbing like crazy, right? The markets have been going up here lately. So I really won't run into multiple points until I come back down here, right? So what I'm going to do is, well, all I can do, let's chart out the month, right? Now, am I going to chart out every one of these? No, not necessarily, right? Now, I can. It's your chart. You have to make the decision how many you want on here. Well, obviously, I'm going to put a line, up here. so that I have what I need to do here. Let me just go on here. I don't have this set up like my other on. Go. All right, so now see, now that I've drawn a line there, now it puts one horizontal line over here. So now I'm going to go down. What I want to try to find is places, obviously, that it hit multiple times in the same spot. Sometimes you gotta kind of split the difference a little, get the best that you can. One of those type of things, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? How about that, chicken nugget? Did I get it right the first time? There we go. All right. I don't have my macros set here for this. So what I'm going to do is basically come down here and just see how these hit multiple times in the month, right? Now I can come over here, and if I can find some places where they really were decent, but you can see how this popped around here too. So it's up to you how close, how many lines you want on your chart, right? The problem, the thing of it is, the higher the time frame, the more valuable it is, okay? It's a stronger type of thing. Now, can I come up here and do all these monthly ones? This is where it finished for the month. I can, and I have, but these overlap so much, right? So if you want to put a line there at the top, that's where it finished at, you know, so be it, right? You can say that was a strong point for the end of that month, right? You can do the same thing here. The only thing I don't like about this is that the one didn't finish where the other one stopped at. So it's kind of a weak. And a part of it's just the nature of SPY, right? It's volatile. So S&P 500. So what I'm trying to do is find, obviously, you know, make sure you go left and right, right? See, and this has been climbing so much up here, record high, so I don't really care about all this down. What's the odds of this going back to 200? Probably slim to none, right? So I'm trying to get multiple hits where it hits at. So you can see where these level at. So I want to draw lines. You know, ideally, I'd like to have 3 or more candles hitting the same thing, right? So you just go through here and you do the same thing. Now, this is kind of weird because, you know, it's shot straight up. There's none of this up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, you will see that here in a minute, all right, when I go to a lower time frame. But on a monthly basis, SPY's done nothing but climb, right? So let's just go with that. Again, I'm not trying to get my chart perfect or anything, but this is the gist of it, right? Go to your higher time frame. These are historical levels. And why do I care? Because historical levels matter. These will trade. If this pulls back down to here, you'll watch. It'll stop it. I won't say it'll stop, but you'll at least get some resistance. You'll see it slow down. It might stop and bounce right back off, right? Same way when if it pulls back and goes back up. Historical levels matter. Everybody knows where these things are being bought and sold at, and that's why we do charting. You cannot trade anything unless you got some historical levels on there, because you're basically trading blind. Would you get in a car in Miami, Florida, and then try to drive to Anchorage, Alaska without a map, without a GPS, without Google Maps or Apple Maps or anything like that? Sure, there's road signs, but I can guarantee you there's no road sign in Miami that says Anchorage, Alaska this way. Now, we know kind of where Anchorage is at, right? We know it's northwest. Well, I got to go way north in Florida to start with before I can go west. But if I don't go north enough and I don't go west enough, heck, I could end up in Sacramento, California, right? That wouldn't be good. Look at all the gas I just wasted, right? Don't try to drive. You wouldn't try to drive your car without some sort of map. Okay, on a long distance to someplace you haven't been before. And when you're trading, it's the same way. You have no idea what the history is, right? This historical level, when you're charting out historical level, okay, is your roadmap. Okay? Oh, thanks for the super chat there, J-Dog. Thank you very much, sir. All right, so again, you chart as much as you need to, right, to get the information you need. Now, you may have to go back in time. Now, apparently, this is also a record high, right? New high territory. Yeah, 695 is the 52-week high, okay? So, it's basically right where it's at now. So, we're at record highs for SPY, 52-week, right? So, now I'm going to go down. Let's go down. Maybe you want to do weeks, right? Now, oh, wait a minute. Back up. Back or up, back, 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 back. All right, so now, just to show you, now you can do this, your chart, you can do whatever you want. How am I going to remember what these lines are? And I may give them different colors and all that, right? So I can come in here, I can add text. I can say, let's say these are monthly lines, right? Monthly lines, I want them over on the right-hand side so they're not in my road. I sure don't need to know 18 font. Let's go 12. And we'll go bang right there. Now see what it did? It put a it put an M over there on my chart. So I know that one is a monthly chart. And I can also lock it so I don't accidentally delete that, right? So I can do the same thing here with all these, right? So I just go M, right? It saves, well, that one didn't, but once you do enough of these, it'll save it for you. And you get down here to 12. Bang, right? So now it's doing the same thing. So monthly, 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 right? You can go down there and identify it. I mean, you could even put, you can go right here and type in something here too, like 52-week high or whatever, right? So it's your chart. You can do whatever you want. I just do it so I can remember, because if you look at my charts, I can't remember. I don't have anything wrote down on what colors or what. So I just do that right now. So I have these lines here. So I can right click on this, right? And I want to create a group, all right? Now I want to rename it so I know what these lines are. So we're going to put weekly, okay? Now this is using TradingView, right? You can do this. This is kind of cool, right? So now I can take all these and just, hit shift, right? Highlight all these. I mean, I know there's quicker ways of doing it. Now I can take that and drag that into my weekly folder. Bang, bang, right? Where'd my folder go? Oops, I missed it. There it is, down here. There we go. Got to re-highlight all these. Let go of my mouse too soon. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, I'm a real internet wizard, ain't I? I know. Hold the applause. All right, so now I have these all in my weekly, and if they're not locked, I can come over here and lock them all, right? I go bang, bang, bang. I can lock them all here, or I can go back on these lines. Nice thing is, if I have a line here, I can click that line, and it highlights that line. Puts a little dot on it, okay? So if I want to know what that line is, see the little dot right here? That's the line that's referencing. So now I have all my weeklies. Well, actually, this was monthly, wasn't it? This was a monthly mark. Anyhow, so we'll just say month. All right, so those are month lines. So now I can go down to whatever next time frame I have or that I want. All right, so I can go down weekly. Do I really want to throw some more lines in here? We'll take a look and see. This will subdivide some of the other levels. It might get a little finer type of charting here. So you can see how these candles here all pretty much stopped. Now each one of these candles is 1 week. So you don't think historical levels matter? Look, watch this. Look how many of those lines hit there, right? Right? Bang, bang, right? Bang. 3 out of the 4 weeks stopped dead on it, right? So that could be an important line. So it's your choice how many you want to put on. I mean, obviously you don't want to put a line on every candle. That's just, then nothing means anything. So be selective about what you do. And anyway, just rinse and repeat. Go through your charts, right? Whatever time frames you want on your chart, just how many lines, right? So here's a weekly there, right? So I can put a line there. Bang, bang, right? Rinse and repeat, do the same thing, right? So, I can come up here and, just start popping lines on, right? So, market's not closed. We're just hanging out here together just for something random to do because Mark doesn't have much of a life. Let's go down to days. Do I want to chart on a day chart? Well, maybe, let's wait a minute before we do that. Go back here. We still have their same thing, right? I want to create a group, right? So now I have, I want to rename it now. What was that one? That was what? Week. All right. So there's my week. Yeah. So week. So now I can drag these other ones into that folder also. So now I have those locked in there, right? And I can lock the whole thing so I don't accidentally delete it. So if I didn't get them all in there, just select them, drag it in there, right? So there we go. Then I got week and a month folder that are locked, right? Can't accidentally ever erase those unless I do it purposefully. All right. So now, do I want to go down to a day chart? Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Is it going to be one of the things you want to do is look and see, look at whatever it is you're charting out, because sometimes it really not necessary. But other ones, it opens up more detailed information. So look at this here. So now look at how all these hit. All right. So what's the whole purpose of it? Why am I taking time? And it takes me longer doing this because I'm talking, but it literally takes, I mean, you can start a new chart from scratch and be done with it in under 5 minutes once you get good at it, right? Know what you're looking for. It's taking me longer because I'm kind of explaining, right? So there's different, what we're doing is we're charting out historical levels, because historical levels matter. These things are going to trade in the same areas over and over and over. And the only way you're going to know that and to trust your chart is by charting it out and watching that chart throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, right? And you see it hitting the same zones time after time after time. Comes right up there. It's almost like you can predict, right? Now, understand these things don't stop on a dime. Just because I drew a line on my chart there historically doesn't mean it's going to stop there dead on every time. Close is good enough, right? Sometimes. So right now I'm doing, looked away there. All right. So now I want to create another group. This is the day, right? So I want to rename that to day. Right. Now I have day. So I have more lines on my chart now, right? So I can go over here and drag all these ones that I drew in here. Now, normally, again, I'm not going to take the time to do it. I showed you earlier. I will identify these lines. I'll put D for day and W for M, whatever, right? So I remember what they are. Does it really matter? Not really. But the reason I do it is that if I see this is coming up and this is, say, a month line, well, that one's probably pretty strong, especially if there's a bunch hitting there. Now, if I get ones where they hit a whole bunch of times there, right, over time, now this is a kind of narrow time frame, but the more times I see it hitting it, I might make that a gold level. I'll say, oh, that's really, look how many times it hits that line and stops or rejects. And I'll make it a gold line, right, and save it that way. So it's your chart. You do it however you like, right? So thank you for the follow there, Jay Works. Appreciate it. Chicken nuggets in the house over there in the TikToks. Let's click them like buttons. Let's see how many likes we can get. I know we don't have a whole lot here, and this was impromptu. But if you can get us up to 25K, that shouldn't be too hard to get real quick. Just click them hearts. Just get us up to 25,000. Thank you for the kind words there, Shavy. I see David's in the house. Billy Mack's in the house. Christina. P.S. Good to see y'all. This is just a random. DP says, I use a Randy McNally. Hey, roads don't, well, yeah, as long as you get an updated one. And roads do change. I remember when GPSs first came out, I had a Garmin you put in a car. It was a standalone thing you'd take out of your car. And if you didn't update them, every 4 or 5 years, they'd be put new roads on there, and you go driving the thing and have you turn it on a road that didn't exist, right? So you have to keep them things updated. Now with everything's on our cell phone now, right? Simple. Even those aren't, I don't know. They're pretty good. I trust it. Heck, now we even got Waze and which is integrated into Google. Let you know you can put in where the cops are hiding or where there's a wreck or, traffic. And it's just amazing things you can do now, right? So anyway, I have my month, week, and day, right? I may want to go down to 4 hours, which I do. If I'm just quick charting, I'll do 4 hours and 2 minutes. That's what I do. We'll look at. So now, again, every one of these levels, do I really want to chart it out, or is it just throwing a bunch of unnecessary lines on my chart? Well, maybe it's splitting the zone up, maybe, right? And maybe I do want a line there, right? Give it a little bit more refine, right? There's a 4 hour. I don't want a gold. But so those are the decisions you make as you go on. Is there a bunch of them hitting in one area, right? Is it worth really throwing a line on there? part of the thing you got to do is look at your price point over here. Obviously, you don't want it every 10 cents, right? That's just, you don't really need that. That's a judgment call you have to make. And you'll, when you're charting and as your experience grows and your time invested in day trading, the way you chart now will be different than what you're doing in 6 months, right? You may put less lines on your chart. You may put more lines, right? You may start doing the month, day, and a year where you never really did it before, right? So it's just kind of a personal choice type of thing. And you'll evolve and you'll find what works for you. I tend to have way too many lines on my chart because I'm talking and I'm sharing my screen and I'll pop a line on there. And you keep doing it after a while. It's just like, man, there's too many lines on my chart. I got more lines than I got candles, right? So again, over and over and over again, you want to get the critical levels, obviously, but you don't want to spend here all day either. So, bang, bang, get your lines on the chart, move on, right? Do I need to go down here and chart to 300 level? No, I don't. The odds of that happening is slim to none, right? Same way, well, I can't chart to 800 level because it was never been that high. So if you're doing it for the first time, basically chart, especially if it's gone up and down, chart higher than where you're at. Don't get crazy. Chart lower than where you're at. Look at what it averagely moves in a day, right? What does SPY move in a day? What's the average ATR on SPY? Well, it's about $5.71. So, maybe I want to go $7, $8 up, $7, $8 down, or $10 up, $10 down. If I'm not, that doesn't really sound like enough, though, does it? What if it goes up 20 or 30? So, anyway, just you have to decide just whatever how high you want to go, right? So I had it on 4 hour, then I would go 2 minute personally. There's a lot in between. You can do it however you like. Again, the higher time frames are more beneficial, right? Historically, because that's where it ends up at, right? So here's a 2 minute, maybe I want to pop some 2 minute lines on here, right? Well, what do I got here? Well, look at that. It hit here and it kind of blew through here a little bit. Over here, it hit it again, right? Again, so these help you as the price is actually moving. You can expect support or resistance as it approaches your candles, right? So you can pretty much see what's going to happen. So again, same thing. Now I can create a folder here, right? I can go to 2 minutes or whatever. So drag all these in, and now I'd have a 2 minute folder. And that's all there is to it. With them locked, now if I go in here and start putting a bunch of crazy lines on here during the day while I'm day trading, right? I'm a scalper, so I tend to put, if I'm on a 1 minute chart, a lot of times as day progresses, I will pop lines on there that I don't really need tomorrow, right? And then you get too many of those, and next thing you know, you got 1,000 lines. So you go back, and now I can delete. Here, let me put a bunch of unnecessary lines, right? Let me go bang, right? So now I can do this, right? So when I go to delete my chart, all right, now what's going to happen? It's going to throw up a warning for me. Good. It did lock, and see these are locked, right? So those are locked. So when I go over here and say I want to delete these, I want to delete, remove my drawings. Okay. So it'll pop up a warning. You have locked drawings on this symbol. Do you want to remove the locked drawings? No, I want to keep my locked drawings. Okay. I don't want to erase all this work I did for the higher time frames. What it will do is it will erase all the ones I don't have locked, like the 1 minutes and all them, right? So I want to keep my tools that I lock, because if I click this, it will erase all of them, right? You don't want to do that. So there we go. So now it erased all unnecessary lines. But as you can see, all my other historical levels are still here, right? So I can click on these. They're all still there. So it kept them. So there's no sense racing the higher time frames. So it's a valuable tool. Nice little feature that TradingView has. Again, I love TradingView. There's so much stuff you can do. Again, now you can overanalyze things and go too crazy. You don't want to cloud up your chart too much, because then you get, thank you. Hang on a minute. I got a phone call I got to take real quick. Sorry about that. Hang on. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Anywho. All right, where was I? I don't know. I can't remember where I'm at any given moment. Oh, what was we doing? Oh, we were talking about charting, weren't we? All right, so anyway, that helps protect the things that so you don't delete them after you did all the work. Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Maybe you don't want to save the 2 minutes. Again, it's personal preference. Do I want to save chart in 1 minute? Heck no. No, that's just way too much, right? So anyway, no, this is not a Zoom, Drew. This is just a pop-up, random pop-up. So, and I'm going to be probably popping off here shortly. So this was just some random thing. I'm like, hey, I'll go down there and see what we can do, right? One of the things I wanted to do was coaches authorized us when we're streaming to, if you see it above my head there, can't miss it, right? Don made that little promo. Isn't that nice, Don? You know, in our aftermarket, Don, he made that promos for us. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And it even has my name, and it pops and flashes and moves. It's got different colors. But anyway, just by watching this live today, if you're really wanting to change your life, today is the day, right? January 11th, 2026. Is that today, 11th? Yep. The day I decided to change my life, join American Dream Trading, learn how to do this, learn how to develop the skill. It's not easy. Hard. It's actually hard to do this. But, you know, I just started my 4th year with American Dream Trading. Completed 3 on January 7th. So I am now working on my 4th year with Coach. Best decision I ever made in my life. Been very financially rewarding, to say the least. I also have got to meet a lot of great people. Our community is fantastic. This community, you know, if you've ever been on the interwebs anytime, you know, you get in these groups and things. And I'll tell you what, American Dream Trading, you know, I believe it when people say you come for the education, but you stay for our community. We all genuinely want to see each other succeed, and we go out of our way to help each other. Now, is everybody going to be successful? Obviously not, right? We can't make people show up, right? We can't make them talk or ask questions. We can't control them trading before they've been trained, right? Please don't trade until you've been trained. Please, you're going to just throw your money away, right? You can just send it to me if you want, right? I mean, you might as well just go take it and flush it down your toilet. That's basically what you'll be doing. Please don't do that, right? Get the training first, right? We're not a call-out group. Yes, ADT does have a video for setting up coaches indicators, multiple videos, as a matter of fact, and for setting up Weeble indicators and all that. Yep, we go out of our way to help train people, either verbally or through videos or through written documents. So we try to, everybody learns differently and in a different manner, right? So we try to provide all those different types of learning tools that will kind of hopefully meet everybody's needs, right? You know, I like watching videos. Why? Because it's a visual and I get to hear what they're saying. You're just listening to somebody drone on like me on one breath for an hour and a half. What happens? You fall asleep, right? Squirrel! After 20 minutes, I'm done, right? Other people would rather read something, right? So we try to provide the different training avenues so that we meet the different types of learning styles that people have. And that's maybe videos, maybe documents. It might be live. It may be answering your question personally, one-on-one, in a live Zoom call. And that's the benefits of our communities. We're here to help you to succeed. We want you to develop the skill that you need, that you can do what we do here for a lifetime, that nobody can take it away from you. All right? Anywhere in the world that you have an internet connection, you can trade. But you want to get the education first. Again, American Dream Trading, we don't call out things to buy and sell. If you watch us more than 5 minutes, you know what we do here. We're an education and training company, helping you develop the skills. You shouldn't be dependent on anything that comes out of my old pie hole, right? What if I decide one day I'm just not going to do this anymore? I'm not going to broadcast live. Well, you go watch Coach. So you should be watching anyway. Well, let's just say you were, because I'm into futures. What if I decide I'm not going to do this? What if Doug doesn't want to do it? What if nobody else wants to do it? Now what do? You never developed a skill to be able to do it on. Never be dependent on a person to learn something. Okay? Now, you want to listen to your teachers. You want to listen to your educators. In this case, Coach, the moderators, right? Other members that are educated. and take advantage of their knowledge base and acquire them skills on your own. So if that person ceases to exist for whatever reason, you've gathered those skills on your own, right? And you were able to successfully be able to trade and grow, right? I mean, I just put it very bluntly. If American Dream Trading shuts down in the next 5 minutes forever, I'll still wake up tomorrow and I'll still be here trading. It would suck big time trading by myself. I love our community. I love being able to talk to people. Trading in silence, it sucks, right? Trading by yourself is one of the reasons most people fail trading, because it's a lonely thing, right? You can fall into depression without interaction with other people, right? And we're live 12 hours a day. We start talking to each other 4 a.m., literally 4 a.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And our VIP and our VIP Gold and our futures members, they also have Saturday trading. And here in another 20 minutes, Doug's going to be starting the futures evening Sunday night training for our futures VIP members. 7 days a week. Yeah, Doug's going to be starting. If you get your, matter of fact, here's a deal for you. And I haven't been really talking about our memberships, but you see the flashy things above my head. You get the gist, right? If you go and get the regular futures membership, and you pay, it's the $2,500 a year, pay the annual. Not only are you going to get 10% off, you're going to get $250 off it right off the bat. But we're also going to throw in the VIP futures membership for a year. You're getting $5,000 of stuff worth for less than $2,500. What are you waiting on? Same way if you buy a VIP membership, we're going to give you the VIP Gold membership. That includes hanging out with David in the VIP Gold Apple Chat. Learn how to trade Apple with David all day long. Amazing. Plus the newsletters and everything comes in there, the additional days of training. So anyhow, you see it. It's above my head. I can't make you click the mouse, right? My only question to you is, when are you going to decide to start changing your life? You sit here and listen for free. I'm in here on a Sunday. I ain't got to be here. I don't get paid for doing this. I don't get paid, period. I do get paid every day because I've taken what Coach has taught, his principles, his training, his education, and I've applied them in my training career. This is how I support my family. Do very well. Thank you very much. So I made that decision 4 years ago. This is starting my 4th year. January 7th was my anniversary. I just completed 3 full years. I made that decision to join. Bang, bang. I watched him live on YouTube for free for like 3 days. I'm like, I like this guy. I like his style. I understand. I'm going to pick up what he was putting down. And that changed my life forever. I put in the time, though. I was here every single day, 12 hours a day, trying to learn as much as I could. I quit my 9-to-5 job. Totally. After about, I don't even know if it was 3 months. Somewhere. It was before 3 months. That's how much ADT changed my life. Now, is results guaranteed? Absolutely not. Now, we can guarantee you'll fail. That I can guarantee you. I'll guarantee you you'll fail. What? What kind of salesman are you? Well, let me tell you. I can't guarantee your success because we can't control you, what you do. Yes, we can provide you the tools, but again, you have to be involved in it. But I can guarantee you you'll fail if you do not follow Coach's rules. Coach's rules are meant to preserve your account. His rules aren't there to make you money. Now, his trading strategies are, but his rules that you must follow every single day, every single trade, are there to help preserve your account, right? If you follow Coach's rules, it is virtually mathematically impossible to wreck your account. One of the things that helps preserve your account is never lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account in any trading day. If you get 2 or more red days, if you get 2 red days in a row, you need to take 30 days off of trading and go back to training. What? It's a long time. Well, there's a reason for that. Because if you have 2 red days in a row, there's something you're missing, right? You haven't grasped. Back to training. Okay, after your 30 days are up, Again, we can't make you do this, but if you follow coach's rules, so then you go back and you got 2 days more of trading. If you're to read those 2 days, back to training for another 30, right? So by breaking the rules, you're going to lose a lot of money. Now, hopefully you don't keep doing that, but let's just say you did. Let's just say you were the worst trader in the world and you just had no clue what you were doing. You didn't grow in your knowledge. You didn't listen. It would take you, by following coach's rules, let's just say you're the world's worst trader, but yet you follow coach's rules. Okay? It will take you mathematically, and you can go ask Chat GPT or Grok or whatever. It'll take you 15 years to destroy any account size. 15 years just by following coach's rules. That's what his rules are there for, right? So I could play coach's rules, couldn't I? Yeah, let me see if I can play these. TikTok, I'm going to play these real quick. It's probably like 5 minutes. Coach's rules. Get your paper and pencil out, or pen, however you want to do it, or you can take screenshots. I'm going to play this video for you. All right, it's an older video, but it's still correct. I will need you on TikTok and YouTube to let me know how the sound is. Make sure it's not echoing or anything when I start playing it. I haven't played this for a while. So here we go. I am going to play coach's rules for you. Here we go. Let's give this a try. Hopefully the audio comes through.
Some of the rules. Okay, somebody, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this, am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money, it's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying woe is me. Stop saying I don't get it. Stop saying I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader. And you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day. Right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
There you go. Coach's rules. I like to play that every now and then. Haven't played it for a while. Again, not there meant to make you money. They're there to preserve your account because what you lose today, you can't use tomorrow. Anyhow, I'm going to be signing off here because the live futures training with Doug starts here at the top of the hour, and the market opens in another hour after that at 6 p.m. Eastern time. As you can see above me, it's 10% off any promo, it's 10% off any membership. If you pay for the annual membership, it's 10% off that whole annual. It's 10% off your first payment. So if you pay monthly, you get 10% off your first monthly payment. Obviously, the annual membership pays the best, right? And if you buy the annual memberships in the VIP, we give you the free VIP gold membership. I get you in on Saturday trainings. If you buy a futures membership and pay annually, you will get the VIP memberships. And also included with them is additional training plus all the newsletters that come with that. So save yourself a pile of cash. Coaches authorize this. You have to use promo code MARK, as you can see there at the top of my screen. And, you should at least buy an annual membership anyway, because look at all the trouble Dawn went for me. She went and made that nice little flashy promo right there above my head. Right there. You like that? Right there. Isn't that cool? Right there. Look, I gotta look at that. Ain't that cool? And she even put my name on it. Aw, she's talented. Everybody loves Dawn. Actually, Vegan Knowledge is my favorite, but Dawn's close second. So anyway, we did cover how to use TradingView, and we were trading. Charting is what the word I was trying to say. We got some lines on our charts, right? And then I showed you how to protect them over here using this object tree. Oops, wrong button. Those are my alerts. Using button right here. There we go. Give me enough time, I'll get it. So we have these things locked and loaded and saved into our chart. They can't accidentally be erased. Now we can erase them, but you have to click an extra button to be able to do that. So it saves you from accidentally doing that. So get your charts. You cannot trade without lines on historical levels marked out on your charts. Then you can use your indicators in conjunction with these, right? Now, again, it's kind of hard to show it live because the market's closed, right? But you'll see it continuously come up and hit these levels. And the more often you see that, if let's say you're trading SPY all the time, let's say SPY's been going up and going down, up and down, up and down. And you'll see it hit these levels over and over, and it'll stop, it'll slow down, right? Dave is awesome, though. I do know that. But yes, Dawn is awesome, too. The more that you see it hit that, the more confident of a trader you'll become, right? Does that mean it's going to hit and stop there every time? No, it doesn't. But it'll blow your mind how well your lines work once you get good at it, right? And it gives you more confidence. You may want to get out of the trade before it pulls back. You might want to use a break and hold of the lines and all that, right? So, yep, thanks, Chase. I got a whole closet full of these shirts. I just figured I'd throw something loud on today. There we go. I don't know if you ever noticed it, but I can get a little loud sometimes. So I do appreciate everybody being here. Follow Coach's rules, follow Coach's indicators. I'm going to be signing off here, all right? Coach or somebody else might even pop on live later on tonight. It's hard to say. Depends what people's schedules are. But by using the promo code MARK, you'll get 10% off your first payment on any. That's crypto, that's futures, that's stocks, that's stock options, all of it. Our premium, our VIP gold, our crypto, and our futures memberships. 10% off, right? Oh, by the way, well, here, I didn't even, let me remind you, I know if you've been watching the lives, you've been hearing about this also. But on January 22nd, mark your calendar. I was going to put that on my screen, but I didn't want too many flashy things there. On January 22nd at 4 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to be having a workshop, okay? Absolutely free, but you do have to register. Now, you need to go to our website, which is American Dream Trading, right? And you have to register. You can fill out the registration form. It doesn't cost you a dime, right? It takes you a couple minutes of time to do that, but it's a simple form. I think there's maybe 4 lines on it. The main reason for that is to screen out scammers, right? A scammer's not going to fill out a form. He's not going to go to all that trouble. They might. I don't know. Depends on the scammer, I guess. But anyway, here's the membership thing here. Don made this for me. There you go. So that's January 22nd. Okay. Now that is blending in with probably this thing here. I don't know. Let me see. Whatever. Let me play that again. Hang on here. I'm just going to put it right over top my chart. Here we go again. Let's do this. And I'll pause it. I got to do this. Oh, when you go moving things around and thinging around, I tell you what, let me try this again. Yeah, it's hard to get good. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Love that bass. Dawn she likes to put that bass in there. She's a bass player. That's why she likes it. Anyway, January 22nd at 4 p.m. You do have to register, but this is free. You do not have to be a paid member to attend this. We don't do this kind of thing because we have workshop classes once a month for the paid members that have this membership. So we are kind of actually taking away from their workshop time to do this for anybody that's interested. Now, you have to register. This will be on a live Zoom call. That's why you need to register, because without it, you will not be able to attend this, right? It's going to be on a live Zoom call presented by moderators and everything, right? I'm sure there'll be a question and answer period at the end. There'll probably be some special promos going on just because you attended. I don't know that as a fact. But January 22nd, but you do have to register. Seats are limited. This isn't a live Zoom room. Now, we do have a large business account. We have a lot of room, but you'd be amazed. It's getting pretty close to full now. So if you can't get in, if the room's full, and you just miss out. That's all there is to it. We've been talking about it now for a week or two. So if you don't take advantage of it, then shame on you. Don't cry if you can't get in, right? It's like when the door on Noah's Ark closed. Yep, I hope you can tread water for a while, because, there ain't no room getting in here, right? So don't live a life of regret. Sign up for it. It's absolutely free. No strings attached. No nothing. You do have to fill out a form. Now, our paid members that wish to attend, all they have to do is go in our free Discord and click interested. But that's for our paid members only. So They don't have to go fill out a form because we already have that information. We have been able to verify they're a legit person. So that's the reason for the form, right? Cut out all the scammers. So I do thank you all being here. Go to our website, which is American Dream Trading, right? American Dream Trading. Get in there, get those memberships, pick whatever one you want. If you pay annually, that's a huge chunk of change that you'll get out by using the promo code MARK. Just because you watched this live stream today. It was a random pop-up kind of thing. And it's the top of the hour, and it's time for me to go. 10% off on all memberships, your first payment. If you pay annually, you get 10% off the entire annual payment. If you pay monthly, of course, then you get 10% off the monthly payment. So however you want to do it, it's not no skin on my teeth, but today's the day that you should be the day that you can write on the calendar, the day I decided to change my life and my family's life. Thank you all for being here on this random pop-up get together, and we will, see